The last video, we went ahead and started removing the front windshield from the car. This was my first time ever attempting any type of cutting to separate the adhesive from the glass, and it went fairly well. We also started tackling and removing any of the ugly seam seals left over on the car. This was very satisfying. We also cleaned up the adhesive from the window frame, and now we are ready to start tackling part of the inside of the car. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let's get on with the show. Alright guys, we're gonna try something different this time. On my last videos, anytime I would attempt any type of voiceover where I would be speaking over my footage, I did go ahead and write a pre-script, and it almost was a little bit too annoying trying to figure out what to write exactly to match my edited video, and then sometimes I would just not read it correctly, and then I felt like I had to start over. My OCD would kick in, and so it almost felt, when I would watch my footage, like I was just reading from a book. And I actually had some good feedback from a good friend of mine that told me, yeah, it does sometimes sound like you're reading from a book or a script. It doesn't feel real, if that makes any sense. So that's one thing that I'm going to be trying on this video. I don't have any pre-script written. I'm just going to go ahead and talk and to the mic and see how it goes with the video. A couple years ago, when I decided to make this car a build or a full restoration, whichever you want to call it, one of the first things that I decided to do was pull out the interior, and it all started right there. There's even footage of me pulling the whole dash, and even my daughters, when they were 2 to 3 years younger, helping me pull it out. And honestly, I did not know exactly what I was doing. You know, I was just going with the flow and hoping for the best. And it's almost crazy to look at the interior now, because the knowledge that I have now and the confidence compared to 2 to 3 years ago me, it's just not even comparable. Let's just say I have learned so much about welding, so much about layers of foundation with Everglass, okay, and even just the proper grit sandpapers. But let's also talk about the tools that I have gained throughout these past years. With the knowledge, the confidence, this whole build is moving along quicker because I know how to do it right the first time. Where back then, you know, I would do something hoping that I'm doing it correctly, and then after reading forums and talking to professionals and watching videos, oh no, I missed a step, or I did not do this correctly, which would just kill a bunch of my time, right? But it's almost okay in a way, the time that I wasted. You guys need to take into account that the most important thing was to just start, and realizing that I will fall down, but I will get back up. It's okay to fail, because you're not, as long as you don't give up, who cares if you fail 20 times? The part that's more important is just to get back up and just start. Like, you have to pay a close attention to yourself, okay? Have a little bit of self-respect for yourself, and just pay attention to the growth of where you were before and where you are now. Be proud of yourself to see how much confidence and knowledge you have gained through trial and error. We're still going to add the same material into the car, but I think instead of going all black, I'm going to go with a charcoal one. So there's some things that I learned. This green coating that you see right there has a name. It is called E-coat. E-coat is actually really good from factory, which helps prevent any rust buildup. And the nice thing about the E-coat layer is that you can actually just use red Scotch-Brite to go over it, and it's ready for primer after properly cleaned, right? But anywhere that I went too far and surpassed the E-coat layers where you see like any metal shining, I will have to use 80 to 120 grit sandpaper to make it rough enough texture, that way the primer can stick. A part of me really wonders, when you have all the right skills, tools, knowledge, and you kind of have a better understanding of what you're doing before tackling on a project, I wonder how much faster this build would go even while recording and doing YouTube. I feel like maybe this build could have been done by now. Who knows? It's been a fun learning lesson, don't get me wrong. I do plan to build a drift car after this build, but I don't plan to go as in depth, and I don't plan to shave the engine bay on the drift build. But at least I know that anytime I plan to do any type of body work on this car or any future build, I have a way smarter and better understanding of how to tackle it and how to prep it and how to finish the area. So that is just something that I've been questioning. I had to switch over to my GoPro. I was trying to do some time lapse and I didn't feel like using my main camera for time lapse, mainly because it doesn't have the option for time lapse. I can't wait to upgrade my camera to a 4K. This Canon M50 recording 1080, it's cool and all, and it's been doing a wondrous job for me for the last couple of years, but I am so excited to one day upgrade to a 4K. I already hit this spot right here with the DA pad and my 80 grit sandpaper. I wanted to try it out, and it actually turned out really nice. You can see the textures there, that way the primer can stick to it nicely. I'm going to go through this whole center console right there. We still got to figure out what we're going to do with the welding. I don't want to use my welder. I want to use a TIG welder for this spot right there. This last half of the video is just me pretty much finishing tackling the firewall and any spots on the floor that I thought needed a little bit more touch up. I know watching someone just sand away can become very boring, but it is what it is. The firewall was very tricky. I couldn't tackle it with a DA pad because there's no real flat surfaces. There's a lot of grooves, bends, and tight curves. And it's just very time consuming. The good thing about it is most of the whole firewall is already E-coat from factory. So I just needed to bring the color to a dull color using the red Scotch-Brite. After that, and after we clean the surface, it will be ready for primer. So it didn't take as long as I thought it was going to be taking. If you made it this far into the video, I really appreciate it, and thank you guys for sticking around, and it means a lot to me. Yeah, I know it can be, like I mentioned, very annoying or boring watching someone just sand. Unfortunately, I am on the sanding process of this car right now to prep it for primer, and then things will start to get exciting, I promise.